or for worse. With the mind that we serve the Lord, your life goes. Where the mind goes, if you think you're a winner, you be a winner. What are the negatives about yourself? I'm a failure. I'm a loser. No one will ever want to marry me. I'm not good enough. I can never succeed. If you entertain all these kind of direction, the wonderful thing about the mind is that your mind is yours, and you dictate what thoughts dwell in your mind. Take control of your mind. It's yours. You dictate what thoughts dwell in your mind. The Bible says, do not be conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. It's time to take your mind back. Take your thought life back. Take control of your mind and renew your mind. So for the next 30 days, I want you to watch this video and recite these scriptures with me until you memorize them. It's time you stop looking down on yourself and you start seeing yourself as a son or daughter of God the Father. So today you are going to renew your mind. Say it with me. Philippians 4:13. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Say it again. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. When you are fearful, shout aloud. Isaiah 41 verse 10. I will not fear, for God is with me. I will not be dismayed, for God is with me. God will strengthen me. He will help me. He will uphold. 1 verse 10. I will not fear, for God is with me. I will not be dismayed, for God is with me. God will strengthen me. He will help me. He will uphold me.
He's almost there, huh?
Yeah, he'll be here in about 12
Tell
minutes.
yourself, Timothy 1 verse 7. For God has not given me the spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind. Say it again and say it with me. For God has not given me the spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind. Remind yourself, 1 Peter 29. I am a chosen generation, a royal priesthood. Say it again and say it with me. I am a chosen generation, a royal priesthood. Remind yourself, I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Say it again and say it with me. I am fearfully and wonderfully made. When you feel like giving up, recite, I am more than a conqueror through him that loved me. Say it again and say it with me. I am more than a conqueror through him that loved me. Today we're going to learn one lesson. You may not need this lesson at this moment in your life, but there will come a time when you need to hear this lesson. 1 Samuel 5 verse 4. So David and the troops with him lifted up their voices and wept until they had no strength left to weep. The scenario is that David and his troops are returning back to Ziklag from a fight, only to find out that their families have been taken and there is a bigger battle to come. And this situation is so relatable to each and every one of you in the room today. Life is a fight, and every single one of you is in the middle of a fight, fighting to get the bills paid, fighting to finish school, fighting to keep your marriage away from divorce, fighting to go to work, fighting to get a promotion, fighting traffic, fighting to raise those kids, fighting to even come home on time, fighting for your health. And what you and I both know about life is that life does not fight fair. When you're in the middle of fighting for your health, boom, the car breaks down and there's another bill. Life is a fight. This is where David is in his life. He's in the middle of battle after battle after battle. And at this point, David's men had turned against him and were ready to stone him. He was at the brink of giving up. And many of you today are at the point where you're about to give up, standing on the edge of fame, where hell has thrown the kitchen sink at you, and life has drained you of your resources, and where people that promised you they will always be there have left. At the point where David was, many of you are today. At this point, what did David do? David encouraged himself. And his generals had left him, but David encouraged himself. At a point in your life, you will have to encourage yourself. Your mama won't be able to do it. Your daddy won't be able to do it. Your pastor won't be able to do it. You will have to stand as an individual and talk to yourself. I am a child of God. I will get through this. This will not stop me. Greater is he that is in me than he that is in the world. Nowhere in the Bible giving up, and people around you will give up. You need to have the understanding that they're not built like you. Greater is he that is in you than he that is in the world. When the going gets when God gets going, when the odds are stacked against you, when hell is coming in for the kill, when retreat looks like the only option, when it looks like there's no way you'll be able to win, when the back is against the wall, encourage yourself. Because at this moment, that's when the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob moves into action. His strength is made perfect in weakness. At the point you're about to give up, at the point where you are tired, that's when the Lord's strength comes into play. David encouraged himself. David was not eaten up by the spirit of pride.
I'll see you later.
He encouraged himself in his own ability.
I'll go to the Methodist
He had the understanding and the grounding to know where his source of power was coming from, and encouraged himself in that area.